Welcome to another episode of Eating Labels, where we talk about weight loss, we talk about health, and we try to inspire people and motivate people. And here today I have Elisabeth Ashe. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. And she's going to talk to us about her health weight loss journey. Okay, I coached Mrs. Ashe, Elisabeth's daughter, in volleyball about 4 or 5 years ago. And there was a transformation I noticed by seeing her Facebook post, by seeing her Instagram post, from before and for after. So thank you for joining me, Elisabeth, and thank you for telling your story.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and what made you go on this weight loss journey.
Oh, that's a long story. So I'll cut it short. My name's Elisabeth, 47 years old. My daughter's 20, just turned 20, not that long ago. And she was always into fitness, played volleyball, played sports. And I felt like, I guess when the kids left home, I was never really happy with my weight. I felt like I was always on the go, single mom, 2 kids, always on the go, work, had to take them to different things. And I just didn't have time. I didn't have time to take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the kids left home, gave me time to do nothing but take care of myself. And so that's where I started with my weight, because that's what I felt I was the most unhappy with, how I looked. Like I didn't want to date. I didn't want to do anything. I felt uncomfortable in my clothes. I didn't want to dress up because nothing fit, and I was just done. So I just made the change.
Now, how much weight, total weight? I won't ask you this question because my wife, I've been married since 2011, and every time she gets on the scale, she jumps off before I can read it. So I'm not going to ask you how much you weighed if that's a personal question. So I'll just ask you, what was the total amount of weight you lost?
Honestly, I can't. I'm going to go by numbers.
Okay.
I was 200. I was 200 pounds. I was like 198. You might as well say 200. Some days I'd be 200. Some days I'd be 198. Okay. And now I will tell you I'm like 155.
Wow.
So, yeah. And I had to learn to put the scale away, throw it away, get rid of it. Because when I started, the thing that really was discouraging for me was looking at that scale, not seeing those numbers move. Like all I wanted to do every day was to see that number move. Like I'm not eating this, I'm not doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Why is that number still the same? When I got rid of the scale and focused more on how things started fitting, how I started feeling, how it made me feel, everything just changed on its own. Now I get on the scale if I want to. A lot of times people ask me and I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm losing a lot of weight. Like this, I just bought this and now it's too big, and I'll get on the scale and I've lost 5 more pounds. And I'm not even really trying. Sometimes I notice I have different trainers, and I go to one trainer. I'm like, what can I do to kind of stop losing all this weight really fast? Like I feel like I'm getting skinny. Like I want to be kind of cut, not just skinny. I don't want to be just skinny. So I have to, even with maintaining and doing that, you have to watch what you eat, watch how much you exercise, how much cardio you do. So when I initially started, when my kids left home, I was 200 pounds and now I'm 155.
Wow, that's amazing. That's good motivation. Motivation for a lot of women and men out there is looking to make that jump, but they just don't know how to go after it. And like you said, I'm finding that I do a little bit of health consultations, health coaching. I tell people don't look at the scale. It's not what's on the outside, but it's what's on the inside. So with that said, what did you notice the most? Did you change your eating habits? Did eating habits change in the beginning, middle, towards now?
That's the good question. When I started, I would probably say I was not completely committed. Like I didn't feel that it needed to be. I felt that I could eat what I want as long as I exercised. I don't have to tweak my diet too much as long as I exercise. And it wasn't until I realized diet, I don't like using the word diet. Watching what I eat, watching what I put in my system, not on no strict diet, not depriving myself of all these different things that I've been doing for years. When I realized that I had to also change things that I was eating along with diet, along with exercise, that's when I started really noticing the change. Like initially at first I felt like I'm exercising. I never did. Oh, it's all this is going to work and change because I'm exercising. Like I'm exercising every day. I'm running. I'm doing stuff that I hated. I never did. But it wasn't until probably after about like 6 or 7 months, I was like, I even went to my doctor and was like, why am I doing all of this stuff? I think something's wrong with me. She ran all this blood work on me and everything. It wasn't until I became truthful to myself and realized that, you know what, Elisabeth, you also have to change what you're eating. You have to change what you're giving yourself, even if you're giving yourself it every other day or whatever it is, or your coffee with the sugar in it and the creamer in it. Like you have to stop. You have to take that away, or I'm not going to see the change. And I really wasn't seeing the change. When I really changed my diet and really started eating, I'm going to say pretty clean and working out, it just drinking a lot of water, like no soda. I still do my coffee. I'm not a big, I used to do creamer and sugar, no sugar. When I really started watching and measuring and looking at ingredients and what's in the foods and really meal planning and all of that stuff, that's when I really, it all just came together and became fun. I love doing it. Now I can't see myself not doing it. If I go to work and I work 12 hours at night and I do not have everything I need to eat through that night, I won't eat, because I won't go to the cafeteria. I won't go to a vending machine. I'm not going to eat all the junk that's sitting in there, on the shelf. I won't eat. So I know in order for me to survive and get through the night, I got to eat. So I pack everything.
So did I hear you correctly? You work overnight?
Overnight. I work nights. Yep.
Wow. Now that's really motivational, because I don't think I can do what you did if I work midnights, because I'll be too tired.
Right.
So that's motivational in itself and inspiring, because this information. This is why I thank you for coming on the show, because this information is inspirational. Not only did you lose the weight and go through all these setbacks, you had some setbacks, and we'll get to that, I'm quite sure.
Right.
But you work midnights.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, because I would have gave up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have gave up because I would have been too tired, and you have children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So we touched on the weight loss. That's the physical. Okay. We talked about the eating part also, because it goes hand in hand. It's a whole food, like you said. Let's talk about the mental, the mind, okay, which is not talked about a lot. So when you're sitting in the parking lot ready to go in the weight room, or you see some food you're not supposed to be eating, or you don't want to eat, how do you battle through that? How do you get back on track? Have you got off track? Talk to us about that. And how does one get back on track if you slip up?
I think in the beginning is the hardest. I think when I started, it was so easy to, and I learned, and I did learn this. I did do this. I stopped saying Sunday's my cheat day. Sunday's the day I can have whatever I want. Sundays, I'm going to eat whatever I want. I don't have to watch it. I'm going to do good all week, and Sunday is going to be my cheat day. Because I found that when I would do the cheat day, the days following, very, very difficult for me. They were harder. It actually made it harder. Sometimes I almost felt like I had to start over again. Sometimes my Sundays would be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then I find I'm eating bad all over again, simply because I had that cheat day. So I one day I was reading an article. I'm not exactly sure where I found it. And the person, one thing that kind of got me really into this fitness is just watching people's videos on Facebook, watching stuff on Instagram, picking up magazines about fitness, something that never really interested me. All of a sudden, I just started like watching and seeing, and then I'd scroll all the way back to see where these people came from, and realizing they weren't always healthy either. So I was like, okay, if they could do it and they were that big, or this was the issue, I can do it. And one day I read something about cheat days, like getting rid of those cheat days, that was a stumbling block for this individual. And I found that I was like, wow, that's amazing, because that's one of my problems. A lot of times I fell off after having a cheat day. So I stopped having those cheat days, and I implemented into my plan practicing eating healthy all the time, not having. And honestly, I'm at the point right now, I don't even crave it. I don't even want it. I've never cared for pizza. I don't even realize so many things that I ate before that I don't even know why. I don't even know how I ate it. Like, I don't even know why I ate it. I don't even know, like, some things I guess I look at other people now eating, and I'm just like, oh man, how could they eat that? Like, I don't even want, sometimes I literally crave health, like something good. Like, let's say ran around all day, had my breakfast, left home. It got to the point where I would literally pack, if I was going to get my hair done and I knew my hairdresser initially, before, I never did this. I'd go there, I'd be there all day with her braiding my hair. We'd go get fast food, we'd go get this, we'd go get that. Hey, let's go grab something. We have to stop, I'm hungry. Well, of course you're not going to grab anything. First of all, you're not going to want to waste much time, because you want to get your hair done. Right. So I even got to the point where I would pack food in my bag with my water and everything that I would have through the day. I have half of my freezers filled with little frozen blocks, so that if I have to leave, I have my food, I have my ice to make sure it's cold. So a lot of my downfall was little things like that, little trips, and having to jump and find something good that's going to be healthy, that's going to be low. I hate to say it, but it's hard to find. It's hard to find. And I found the best thing to do was to be prepared. You have all these meetings this week, Elisabeth, pack your food, have it ready. So that's what I did.
Good. Now, how many days a week do you work out?
Now, I'll tell you, I work out a lot. If I definitely probably five to six. Last week I think I worked every day but Friday. And one day I did a double workout. Okay. So yeah, I work out a lot. As much as I can. There are some days where I can't. Through this whole process too, with my kids left, and I don't know if you know this, but I started the master's program. Oh. So I just graduated with my master's degree. So on top of that, I was studying. So I would work nights, 12-hour shifts. So people were like, I don't know, how do you do it? How do you get up? You worked last night. How were you in the gym today? And I'm usually in the gym, most people know, I'm usually in the gym 2 to 3 hours, just because a lot of my routines and the time, and I do video. I work overnight, get off, get home, I'm in bed, and I'm up 3 o'clock by clockwork. And I have 3 hours. So that 3 hours is also I'm studying or I'm in the gym. And if I missed a day in the gym, I'm usually studying. And then the next day I'm in the gym. And sometimes I put my books aside because I need to get in the gym. Like I just feel like if I miss a day, I feel like, okay, I got to go extra harder today. So I'll be in the gym a lot longer. So wow. I definitely work out. Definitely. I never am in the gym less than 4 times a week.
Wow. So not only are you working midnights, you are completing a master's program and you're on your journey to better health.
Yeah.
So that's really inspirational. Now, my last question would be, if someone was about to take this journey, I'm like you, I don't like to use the word diet. I really don't like to use the word weight loss, because if we got back to nature, there will be no such thing as weight loss or any of this other stuff, because we'll be eaten by nature. But unfortunately, that's a perfect world, and we don't live in a perfect world. So if somebody was taking this journey and they were having a little bit of trouble getting started, what would be your advice to them?
My first bit of advice is going to be, I think that we have to realize that we weren't born 200 pounds.
Sorry,
200 pounds. We weren't born 150 pounds.
Correct.
We were 6, 7, 8 pounds, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And as we, over years and time, we gained all that weight.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, if we had kids, if it was our eating, whatever it was, we didn't exercise, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that we have to give ourselves that same time to gradually get back into shape. A lot of times we want, okay, you can go get phentermine, you could go get these diet pills, there are diet pills, there are a lot of things. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to sit here and lie. While I was a single mom with the kids, being heavy, I went on phentermine. I was 165 pounds. Let me tell you how this really all started back. And I just remember this. I went on phentermine. I was 165 pounds. The doctor put me on phentermine. Mm-hmm. I dropped to 140, something like no time. Like people literally thought, like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. I doubled back. I became the heaviest ever after getting off the phentermine, because after the phentermine, I'm not giving you the pills anymore. You're too small. That is how I feel that I got to being 200 pounds. Okay. I doubled what I was after being on phentermine. That's how I got so heavy. I feel, along with me eating and not exercising. However, if we give it time and we do it right, you'll keep it off. It will become a lifestyle change. I mean, I don't call it diet. I don't call it, this is my life now. I mean, I cook, I pack my lunches, I exercise, I do a ton, I drink a ton of water. Mm-hmm. I am very careful, even when it comes to supplements, even when it comes to protein, what I put in my body now. I'm very about taking care of my body all the time. Like my skin, there are just some things that massages, your facial. It's a lot of things in taking care of yourself. What we need to understand is there is a quick fix. Everyone, I think in the world today, a lot of people are like, I want it fixed now. I want it done now. What can I do to get this weight off? I want to have this done. I want to have that done. I think I realized that, put the scale away, because that was very bad for me. Every day I was getting on that scale, and some days to the point it'd be like, I don't even want to do it anymore because I'm out here killing myself. I'm not eating like I used to. I'm not enjoying my coffee anymore. And that scale is not moving. So why am I doing all of this? Right. Put the scale away. Be consistent. There has to be consistency. You can't say, I'm gonna do the gym this week. Oh, I lost 10 pounds. Post it everywhere. I lost 10 pounds. And then for 2 weeks you stop, and then you're like, why am I back with my 10 pounds? Mm-hmm. There has to be some consistency. I feel dedication, consistency, definitely motivation. I definitely feel that me posting my videos started to let other people see, but a lot more of people's reactions is what motivated me. People inboxing me and asking me questions, and people seeing a difference in how I look, and people seeing a difference in how I'm eating now, motivated me to do even better. And I work out with some people, they're like, I want to come along. I train with some people or whatever. And I'm always like, you know what, start posting that. I don't want to, I'm missing that. I look back at some of my videos, Craig, that I posted when I was 200 pounds. And I was like, how did I post that? My arms were like this. I was like, I thought I looked fine, So I feel that if you're being motivated, you even want to do better. If you want to do better, you want to do better. If you have somebody to push you, you want them to push you harder, especially if you get good feedback. Okay. And I think that we have to give ourselves the time. Mm-hmm. You have to be committed. You have to be consistent, dedicated, and give yourself the time to lose it. Like to make the change, to make a change that I could never see myself going. I could never see myself going back. And the funny thing is my daughter's real into fitness now as well. Mm-hmm. So when she comes home and she visits, it's like we're cooking soups together. We're doing things in the kitchen together. We're going to the gym together. You start living a healthy lifestyle. You start changing people around you. start changing. People around you start seeing what you're doing. And we definitely need more. We need more of that. It was funny. I was driving home from the gym yesterday, and the line out of McDonald's, Craig, was unbelievable. Unbelievable. First of all, I'm not going to wait in a line that long. And I'm definitely not going to wait in a line that long to get what I'm going to get once I get to the window. I don't even care if it's $2, you know? So I didn't have to wait in a line. I went home, had me a perfect salad right there. 2 minutes at my house, not in a line, not in a car, didn't cost me anything other than what it cost me to buy it. But I think we need to just give it time and get up. Throw away the scale. I told my friend, get rid of it.
That's true. That's true. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you. I'm glad you came on.
All right.
Because we know a lot of people I had high blood pressure at one point. Me being an athlete, I was eating anything I wanted to eat. And I thought just because I can go work out that it wouldn't affect my insides.
Right.
So not only, like you said, the outside is important, the inside equally is important. So I want to have you back also. Okay, so it's not going to be a one-time deal. I think your story with you having your master's, working midnights, there's a lot more information. There's a lot more stories you need to share. Like, how can people get a hold of you? As far as looking at your videos on Instagram and Facebook, I'm going to also, with your permission, if you want me to put once I post this video, I can put your information at the bottom.
That's fine.
People can follow the videos and get some inspiration, but I definitely want to have you back on. There's a lot more we need to get to.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.